Hey Taurus, it's Regina here at Tarot in Time. Let's talk about July. So it's kind of exciting because Uranus, the wow planet, the lightning bolts planet, the planet that rules Uranus, it's been hanging out in your sign since 2018 and it's going to leave this month. It's going to head into Gemini. It's going to spend, I think, the next 8 years there. It will retrograde back into Taurus in November until April. But for now, you're kind of off the hook. Uranus is considered to be in its fall or its worst placement with you. So I think everyone will be happy when it moves out. Now, your ruling planet Venus changes signs twice this month. And I think that's going to affect how you feel. In the beginning of the month, we start with Venus still in your own sign of Taurus. And on the 4th, it moves into Gemini. So from the 4th to the 29th, Venus will be in the lighthearted, fun-loving sign of Gemini. Then on the 29th, it will move into the sign of Cancer. So a lot of different, you're just probably going to feel differently. It's your ruling planet. So it's a little quieter time this month for you. There's not a lot of planets in your sign after the 8th of the month. That might feel good for you. There is going to be a trine, a positive aspect with the full moon in Capricorn on the 10th of the month. And so this can be a really powerful grounding time for you. Now, we know that the moon will be in your sign of Taurus on the 18th of July, 3:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, through Sunday the 20th at 6:22 a.m. So these are going to be really powerful times for you. So not a lot of planets in your sign, but Uranus will be leaving. And after it returns from its retrograde, it won't come back to you for 84 more years, which is pretty wild. And they say the United States of America is having a Uranus return this year. So let's jump into the cards. Let's see what you need to know here. Now, what I've been doing, I'm going to start off with just a couple theme cards for you. Haven't looked at any of these yet. Working with a couple different decks. I have the Herb Crafters, which is a favorite. I'm working with the Relative Tarot, another favorite of mine. I got out the New Visions Tarot because I kind of think this is fun. I like to work with like a classic version, like a Rider-Waite version of tarot, but this is from like a different angle from behind. So it's kind of cool to see. And I'm going to throw another Relative Tarot Oracle on the table. So haven't looked at any of these yet. Let's see what you need to know here in July, Taurus. You've got the 10 of Air Alfalfa. Okay, so 10 of Swords traditionally. And we know the 10 of Swords has a lot to do about thinking. Let me look it up in the book here, what it has to say about alfalfa, because I don't know. What is alfalfa? It's like a green, makes me think of like something you would put in your salad. 10 of Air, alfalfa. It says, compost your plans and allow new ideas to sprout. Breaking down leads to renewed fertility. Let your studies lie fallow. Replenish and begin again. Okay, lie fallow is when we like leave a crop alone for a while. A large field of alfalfa thrives in an abandoned lot. A small ladybug mulches on aphids, or munches on aphids. Tall walnut trees stand guard over the lawn. A scythe, I think that's how you say it, scythe, dangerously sticks up in the air over the field of alfalfa. Renewal follows release. You may have reached your limit. Alfalfa is planted to restore worn out, degraded, and fallow land. Rest and replenish so your experience can take flight. Take a break and spend time and reflection to refresh your love of learning. Alfalfa is among the oldest of healing foods. You have the wisdom of the ancients within you. Sift through your knowledge and let go of the pieces that do not resonate. Do not be afraid to use the scythe on what you have grown. Alfalfa adds nutrients into the soil. As it breaks down and you leave behind, what you leave behind enriches new growth. Pretty cool. So I guess they must plant alfalfa intentionally to re-nourish the ground. You got to make sure that you're nourishing yourself well enough this month here, Taurus. Okay, let's see what else you've got. We've got the universe card. This is the world card, and this is a beautiful, beautiful card, but we know it's a card of completion. We've got a 10, the highest number in the minor arcanas, and the universe card. So there's something here, maybe something's closing out for you, but it looks like it's like almost like laying those things to rest, moving into new territory, because this is a card of success. Let's see what we get after that. And then we get the Empress, which is so you. This is a Taurus card. And you get to see her from the back. And I like how she's looking out with the gate. And the kids are there playing with the swan. And so there's beautiful Taurus energy here. And the attention goes to the gate. So maybe you're getting ready to go on a trip. Maybe you're leaving. But there's beauty all around you, okay? And really grounded energy. Let's see what your oracle is. It's the conflict card, okay? And so he's kind of tapping on her shoulder, wanting to give conflict, but she doesn't have to respond either. Let me give you one more oracle. What is that all about? And you've got the heeding card, like heeding the call. Okay, so maybe avoiding some conflict. Let me put one more card there. What is that all about for Taurus? The 10 of Pentacles. I always thought these people looked like they were in like the California gold rush, okay, like rags to riches. So there's something here, heeding the call, there's conflict, but then there's 10 of Pentacles where something can change really quickly. So what is the conflict about then? Ace of Swords, the newness. Okay, so what I kind of get from that is there's almost like rags to riches energy there, and there may be a conflict internally about, like, I see opportunity coming your way, and you almost like, you have to readjust. You can't be walking around in these rags anymore. You have to readjust what's going on. There's some new opportunities showing up for you. And I see endings of something and some new opportunities opening up for you. And I think it's going to be a little shocking. It's almost like receiving a lump sum of money or an opportunity where it's like, oh, am I ready? Am I qualified? Am I up to it? But the answer is yes. It's absolutely yes. Okay. Let me just see. Is there any more information about what this opportunity looks like? And there's the 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups is about walking away from something, even though all these cups are full. And I'm just going to pull one more. What is that all about? Oh, look at that. It's the same card, but there was an error in this deck. Originally when I got it, this was like the test run, like the Kickstarter version of this deck from Carrie Paris, the Relative Tarot. And I think they had an error in it, but I kind of kept it in there because I found it amusing. It's supposed to be the 10 of Pentacles, but it says the 10 of Wands on there. And to me, I kept it because it did show that rapid change to me of finances, of 10 of Wands. It's like, here's all these pentacles being given to you, and it's like going to change. It fires rapid movement. And so this may be something that's amazing, but almost feels like a little bit of a burden because it's going to push you into new territory. All right. I just got to put one more on there because I'm really curious about this. And this one's kind of leaping, and it's the 8 of Fire, and it's Ginger. And yeah, there's like rapid fire going on. Just like I was saying, the 10 of Wands is supposed to have in it. There's spice. There's this beautiful meal being cooked. There's this combination of ingredients, and it's really taking off. And, you know, you have to be careful it doesn't become a kitchen fire. It's just, that's what it feels like. It feels like there's just this like rush of energy, and all of a sudden something happens, and it might be something you've been waiting for a long time, but it may feel a little overwhelming. So let's just get a best advice card, best advice for this situation for Taurus. And it's the Page of Pentacles. And so a page is young energy, and Pentacles is anything of value. And I like that she's just kind of pondering, right? She's like, pondering. So not rushing into things, taking your time, evaluating it. Okay. All right. Cool stuff. I love how that came through so strong. All right. Now, what I was doing for the blast pile was I was pulling one card on your work life. So this will be your work life. One card on your home life. One card for your hopes and dreams. And then I realized I kind of skipped around love. So I'm going to give you one card for your love life in general. All right. So your first card has to do with work. And it is the Curandera of water, which is the King of Cups, seaweed. And so I like how it's like pouring that hot water into that small tub, but then here's the huge tub, right? The ocean behind it. And it looks very beautiful. And seaweed is like really full of minerals and really nourishing. Okay. This is the King of Cups. So it's definitely got themes of emotional availability. There's a lot there on creativity because he's like the king of music, the king of creativity. And there's a sense of relaxation. So maybe you're taking a summer vacation. Maybe you're taking a little break, but this is part of the plan for your work. Looks like there's going to be some pausing and re-nourishing and maybe also just getting to be by the water. But then there's a lot of creative energy that comes out of this. This is really beautiful. Now, the next card had to do with your home life, and it's the Knight of Cups. Knights are questing for what's of emotional, well, this one for emotions. The Knight of Cups is often considered the romantic. Okay, so it's coming up in your home life. And this was your hopes and dreams. And you've got the Eight of Cups again. So he's leaving town. It's interesting that you can't really make out his face. And there's fireworks. And we have 4th of July this month. So he's on his way out. Interesting. Your hopes and dreams. So didn't we have the Eight of Cups in? Oh yeah, this was the Eight of Cups over here also. So there may be some things that it's like time to get moving on. And yeah, it's a little scary, but it's exciting. This is for love. And you got the communication card. This came in the month ahead reading also. It was actually one of the theme cards for the whole month. And so there's communication here coming up for you. And so we know Mercury, the planet of communication, will be in retrograde this month, but we see a lot here. Maybe you have calls coming in. Maybe you're making connections. Maybe you're speaking up, or maybe your art over here will be some form of communication. Okay, but this was for your love life. And so maybe you're on the road and you're calling home or calling the person that you love. Very cool. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to put some cards here for week by week for July and see what you get these 5 weeks of July, see what you need to know. And let's get one more. I'm using these little mini Golden Art Nouveau. This is like a really nice little mini deck. Okay, so week 1. Now, week 1, let me get my cheat sheet out here. Week 1 is when we have 4th of July, and it's when we have Venus, your ruling planet, changing signs, right? So it enters Gemini on the 4th, and then Neptune retrograde begins. I think it's kind of cool that Neptune retrograde begins and that, you have this King of Water. That would be like very Neptune-like card. And retrograde is like a good time to do the opposite. So it's a good time to be sitting in creative spaces and taking time out. Week 1. Oh, wow. You got the King of Cups again. There he is. So King of Cups for this 4th of July week, emotionally available king, pursuing emotional satisfaction, matters of creativity, matters of feelings. Okay, there we are, the king pursuing that kind of stuff. Now, week 2 is when we have the Capricorn full moon, and it's also when Uranus moves out of your sign. And you've got the 3 of Pentacles. So this is a card of hard work. It's about collaborating with others. It's often like bringing the architect, like going and getting the plans from the architect. Okay, so there's something being built here. Now, and in a Capricorn, Capricorn full moon, Capricorn's all about building foundations. Okay, so then we move into the next week, which is the 13th through the 20th, and that is the week 14th through the 20th. That's when Mercury retrograde begins, okay? And we have the Knight of Wands here, full speed ahead. We are going to be heading towards a Leo new moon. This is a really fun card. So have a fun time there. The 20th, the week of the 20th to, where'd you go? The 21st, well, the 20th through the 27th. This is when the sun moves to Leo. This is when we have the Leo new moon. And you've got the 9 of Cups. So everything's kind of lined up here. And there's a lot of emotions. A lot of times this is called the Make-A-Wish card. Okay, beautiful, the 20th. Now we move into the last week of the month, which is the 27th through the 3rd. This is when Venus moves into Cancer. And we have a lot of planets retrograded. Chiron retrograde has begun. And we have the 4 of Cups. So we see the cup of satisfaction being handed to you, even though the eyes are on these 3 cups here. Doesn't look as thrilled about the 3 of Cups as usual. The 3 of Cups is usually like social energy. But there's a new cup coming in here. So the cup of satisfaction is showing up. You just have to realize it. And maybe some things aren't clicking the way that you want them to, but there is something of value here. You just need to look up. All right. So pretty great stuff here, Taurus. I'm going to take these cards and move them over to the side. And then I'm going to roll these dice and work with some charms here. So let's see what you get for your dice. And you've got Saturn in the sign of Sagittarius in the 9th house, which is Sagittarius's house. So to me, Saturn is about work. It's about your career. It's about your long-term standing in the world. Remember, it's retrograding this month. In the sign, the playful, traveling, world-traveling sign of Sagittarius in Sagittarius's house. You could be traveling for work. You could be expanding your studies. You could be considering moving to another country. Okay, things like that with Saturn, Sagittarius, 9th house. I love it. All right, now I'm going to use my charm bowl, my big punch bowl of charms, to toss these over the month of July. Always cleaning these up for days after. Okay, but it's just so fun to throw them. All right, let's see what we got. I'm going to flip the letters over here. And I'm not going to worry. The word die. Okay. We're not going to go there. You know what it started to spell to me? Oh, here's an O over here also. Edin. I think that's like Edinburgh. That's what comes to mind. Scotland. Okay. So I don't know if any of you are traveling there. Now, up at the top, we've got a big bird flying. We've got the Eiffel Tower. We've got this family crest. We've got the word courageous. It's a symbol for Aries up at the top. We've also got a music note, a horse. No, that's a lion. Look at that. That's the lion, Leo lion. And we have this going on this month. The letter N, some hematite, and a little battleship up at the top. Okay. Now, we've got a book, open book up there about the 30th of July. Over here on the 3rd of July, you've got a broom and a hammer. So you might be cleaning up, fixing things up, the 3rd of July. On the 4th of July, you have what is this? A trumpet and a coyote howling. Okay, so there's a lot of symbols here about music, 4th of July. Now, the 7th of July, you've got a tree of life. The 8th, you got the letter E. Isn't that like vehicle or what's EIN? EIN number. I can't think of what that is right now, but I know it stands for something. The word done, D-O-N-E. And I have the name Odin, O-D-I-N. All right, now on the 9th, the 10th is chock full. You got a sun, a moon, a turtle, what is this? A bear, a car, truck, and a Pisces symbol. All on the 10th. A lot of activity. So mark your calendar on the 10th. Let's see what I had written down here on the 10th. Oh, Capricorn full moon, finding the balance. So a lot of activity there. Sun, moon feels like the balance. Okay. The 11th, you've got like a little goblet. Over here on the 15th, a lot more energy here. You've got a little scooter, you've got a corkscrew, and a skeleton key on the 15th. All right, a lot of activity there. The letter I on the 16th and another music symbol. Very nice. you have the name Ned, N-E-D. The 18th, you have a sailboat. And over here on the 24th, you have a teddy bear. 25th is like a bread tie with a guitar. The 29th, you have the tree of life. Again, second tree of life. On the 30th, you have the word hope. You have a little fire engine and a wheelbarrow. So a bunch of energy there on the 30th. At the bottom here, you have a cake. I don't know if it's a wedding cake. A quartz crystal. Another music symbol on the side, along with a piece of hematite. All right, so you got a lot of travel symbols. You've got a lot going on the 10th and the 15th of the month, and also I would say the 30th. It seems really exciting. I like all this stuff up at the top with the bird flying and the Eiffel Tower and the music and the lion. I just feel like there's a lot of positive energy here for you. If you get a chance to go to Edinburgh, take it. If you get a chance to travel, this is a great month for you. I see the word dine, D-I-N-E, and dino, like dinosaur. So enjoy. It looks like a lot of fun. Now, did I do anything else? I rolled your dice. I told you the days the moon will be in your sign. Enjoy, Taurus.